Welcome to another Zen pop-up. So today what we're going to look at is we're going to look at testing as a student. Now, testing as a student is probably the most important thing that you can do with your Zenler site, because you need to go through the experience or the journey that the student goes through, and without testing you're never going to know. We have many Facebook posts that come along and say, I've got 1 day till I'm launching and this doesn't work or that doesn't work. You know, I've got 7 days till I launch, or I'm running a live this afternoon and something's gone wrong. And generally it's normally, well, pretty much 95% of the time it's because they haven't tested as a student. So the importance is just massive, and that's why one of our mantras is test. You know, you need to be testing as a student all the time. Lots of you don't know how to do it, so I'm going to run through it now. Now, I'm not going to look at testing the pricing, but it's even worth doing that. If you just launch a new site, it's worth you testing that the payment's gone through to the payment gateway. Now, what is good about it is that you can refund the money back from Stripe, from PayPal, and you will not be incurred any other charge. So they will not take your payment gateway fee. So you'll basically get all the money back. So there's no point in not testing that anyway. If you issue a refund from Stripe or PayPal, you will get the whole money back, okay? PayPal and Stripe will not take that transaction cost because it's been refunded. So they actually put it back as whole. Okay, so that's a really important thing that you should understand. So you can afford to do it the full price. Well, obviously, if your course is like 5,000, you might want to use a coupon and do it that way. So we're going to look at testing as a student. Easy way to test as a student is to actually just go through the process. So I'm going to just share my screen and just show you how you can sort of do this now. So let's go to my screen share. So there we go, we're on the Good Doggy site. So first thing to do is not to test it as admin. Now I'm logged in as admin, which means, you know, I've got full rights to all the course. I can create courses, funnels, look at my money coming in, etc, etc. It's not the same as testing as a student. This is really important. So to test as a student, what you would do is grab the URL and you will go through to, and I'm using a Chrome browser, you go into the right hand side, there's 3 little dots, you just click that and you go down to new incognito window. So now this will keep us, this will basically set up as if we're nobody kind of thing, so as a test student coming in. So now I'm going to paste that URL and I'm going to hit enter, and now it's going to bring up my site, and now I can sign in as if I haven't, you know, I'm just, as a student, I'm just going through here. So if I hit the sign in button, I can go in here and I can register for this, or I can sign up for the course, and this is a really good way to do it. I'm going to show you a handy little trick that allows you to not go through this process. So we'll close this window down. I'm going to go into the admin. What you can do is you can enter yourself straight in there as a student, and you can basically just delete yourself out and re-add yourself in at any point in time. So I'm going to go into site and I'm just going to sign myself up for one of the courses. It really doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to go down to student here, and you can go to all, it doesn't matter, it's the role that's going to make a difference here. So let me just go to all because that's going to be easier. So you can see I've got lots of test accounts set up in here, a +202, +203. This is for our own personal domain, to Zenler.com, but if I can do the same with my own custom domain as well, like at mojo.design, I can have David01, David +01, David +02. I can do it that way, or you can just use your own Gmail account that's not admin. There's a difference, right? So I've got the site admin, which is here. Okay, that's the site admin. Now when I'm testing as a student, I don't want to use the site admin password, email and password. I want to make a new one up. I've got one there, you can see it's an @gmail.com. so I'm just going to delete myself out here just to show you. I don't think I'm enrolled in a course. I am enrolled in a course, so let me just delete myself out. This is how you can do it. So I'm just going to unenroll myself from the courses. You can't delete yourself out if you're enrolled in a course. So let's go back to all. I've deleted the courses out of that. So now I'm able to delete myself out as a student. So let's just click OK. So I'm now deleted out. So I can use that email address. So that email address in here as a student. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click Add User. So I'm going to put in here my name. I'm going to call this, let's just call it Zen Pop-Up because that's what I've used lately. And inside here, I'm going to put my email address. So this is a Gmail address. Under the user role, I'm going to select the user role that I want. Normally it would be student because I'm testing. So student. You can manually set a password in here as well. So I'm just going to, whilst I put the password in there, I'm just going to stop my screen share. Okay, so just so that I can do this. And I'll set a manual password, and then just let me myself in there. Okay, just so that, right. Yep, so I set myself as a manual password. Now I can go into this and I can set myself up for course. So I've set a manual password, I've gone in there, and let's jump back to screen share. So you can see now that I've just set my password, my name, and I'm in there now here. So now what I can do is I can use myself as a test to go in there. So if I hit the edit button here, I can go into this and I can say, right, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to test maybe a course? So I can hit the little course here and I can enroll myself in any of the courses. A standalone course, I can set the pricing plan, I can click enroll. Now I'm enrolled into this dog anxiety standalone course, but I can also enroll and test myself in funnels. So if I've got any funnels set up, I can select them from there. If I've got any lives set up, I can also select them in there and put myself in any lives that I've got currently in here. I haven't at the moment. So I can do all that from here and really easy. And I can also unenroll myself from here as well. So now I've set myself up and I'm enrolled, I can actually now just test this out as a student. So I'm going to go into this again. We're going to go into the incognito mode. Where am I? Let's go to incognito. And good doggy. Because I enrolled myself there, I'm going to get all the automations that come with it as well. So let's sign in now. So I'm going to sign into this. I'm going to put my password in here. And I'm going to click I'm not a robot, and then I'm going to look for mountains inside here. Seems to be the only ones that are mountains. I'm going to verify that. Mountains or hills. Have I missed something? Oh, there. Okay, and then I'm going to click login. So I added myself to the anxiety course. So if I look under my courses now, I'm going to get the anxiety course because I'm adding in there. Now I'm not going to close the incognito window. I'm going to refresh it in a minute. So I'm going to show you how you can change this. So I'm just minimizing this incognito window. I'm going to come into myself as a student. Let me just go in here, and there I am there, and I'm going to go edit. And I'm going to check something out. So I'm going to go into courses. I'm going to unenroll myself from that course. And then I'm going to put myself into another course. So let's put myself into the Good Doggy membership. And this is multiple courses in this bundle. I'm going to click enroll. And now I've got all these courses come up. So now I can reopen up Incognito. There it is there. I can refresh this page. I'm already logged in under that user. Refresh my page. And all of the courses in that bundle are going to drop into here. So instantly I've done that. Now remember, because I enrolled myself in the course, all the automations from this course are going to be fired off to my email account. So you need to check your Gmail account that's associated with this, and you can see and make sure all of those automations are coming through. Now this same thing applies for funnels as well. So if I want to test out a funnel, I can come into here and I can go, oh, free doggy workshop funnel. Let's subscribe to that. And straight away I'm going to receive the automations from the email, so you can test that that works as well. Of course you can test from the marketing funnels as well, but this is a really good way of doing it. So if I want to just do it as a blank user, I can just come into here, I can unsubscribe myself from here, and I can just go back to the courses. I can look for the master bundle site, which is there. So unenrolling myself from this will unenroll myself from all of these. And now I'm back to where I started. So I haven't got any courses, I'm not enrolled in any funnels or any lives, but this is a really quick way of doing it. So always make sure that you have a spare email address, not your professional email address that you're using for your site, just a spare one that you've got that you can use to test. And that way you can test all of the emails go out back and forwards. So if you make a change, if you find something wrong in the automations or any of those things that are sent you to that email address, go in there, amend them, and then unenroll yourself from the course, re-enroll yourself, and then you'll get those emails again and you can just check that they're correct. Now, like I said, it's definitely worth going in and testing the price as well. So if you wanted to set a coupon up, like for this course, for instance, let me just jump back to here. This dog anxiety course actually costs money. It costs £50 or something. Oh, I don't think it's that one. Let me just go and find the proper one. There it is, standalone. So I've got this in here at purchase this course. I've got this one in here at £50. Okay, so I don't want to pay £50. So maybe I'll use a coupon for that, just for me, just to test it, that the price and the stuff's going through. So if I go to coupons, I can go in and I can go add a coupon, and I'll just call this something like test 01. Okay, just to make sure, I'll put a limit on it of 1, so I can only use it, then it expires. And then I'll put an amount, so it's 45, it's 50 for the course, so I'll put an amount in here, discounted amount £45, so I'll only be paying £5, and then I'm going to apply it to that course, so that anxiety course. So specific product, let's go and find the standalone anxiety course. Pricing plan, I'm going to select that pricing plan there, and I'm going to apply that during every billing cycle, even though it's just a one-off, and I'm going to click add. So now that's going to be added, you can see it there. I'm now going to have a direct link. If I click this little link here, this will give me a direct link to that, so I can copy it there. I'm now going to jump into Incognito, and we can pay for this with only using 5. So I've put that link in there, and now you're going to see this comes up. If I now go to purchase course, it's going to have £45 off, and I'm only paying £5, so I can check the billing. Of course, you can refund that back to yourself as well. Testing is a major thing inside the platform. You know, we give you the ability to preview the mails and things that you create, and even send test email broadcasts. Even from the marketing funnels, when you come into any of these, you have the ability inside here to go and test these. If I go into one of the marketing funnel automations, you'll see down here you have a test, you can send it, but nothing beats actually sending a test, actually joining up with the funnel and getting those come in to make sure they work. The same with courses as well. If you've got automation set up for the courses and you want to check how they look, make sure you're testing stuff as a student. It's so important. So I thought I'd cover testing as a student. As you can see, it's really easy, lots of ways of doing it, and you can see the importance of it because we make sure everything's right. Lots of ways of testing. You know, once you go into your site and you go into the user, you can select any of the things that you've set up. So once you've set up all lives and things like that, you can go sign yourself up for lives, for funnels, for courses, and it's really easy to do inside of Zenler. So that is a Zen pop-up all about testing your site as a student and the importance of it. Okay, see you soon.